page. So it is Saturday, January 7th, and it's day 7 of the Pantry Challenge. And we're coming to you with a lunch idea this time because it's Saturday, so I'm not working. And we were supposed to get some snow or some wintry mix or something in our area. It just really turns out to be extremely cold and raining. But the kids and I are at home. I'm working on YouTube. I'm editing videos. I'm uploading. And it's time for lunch. So last night I took out, well, yesterday before I left for work, I took out 2 packages of the organic chicken wings that I got manager special at Food Line. And because it was going to snow today, I ended up having to go to the hairdressers last night. So we didn't have time to do any cooking last night at all before we went to the hairdressers. It's pretty late when we got home. So what I did was I just went ahead and seasoned up the chicken wings. And this is just the regular chicken wingettes. And I washed them in a pan and put 1 whole seasoning taco pack on here and put them in the fridge. So what we're going to do is spray our cookie sheet just with some nonstick cooking spray. I've got my oven preheated to 450 degrees. I just don't want anything to stick. If I had foil, I would probably put it on foil, but I don't have any foil. And so I made sure that to cover all of the chicken, I patted it dry because you don't want the chicken to be wet. So I made sure to pat all the chicken dry. And what I'm doing now is I'm just laying down 1 drum, 1 wing, just so it can cook evenly in the oven. This may not be a big enough pan. I thought it was the biggest pan we had. Is it not the biggest one we got, Bubba? 1 drum, 1 wing, 1 drum, 1 wing. I can use the other small pan if I need to.
I don't know where the biggest one went.
I'll use the small one if I need to. So 1 drum, 1 wing. And what we're hoping to do with the oven being on 425 is to give it a nice crispy skin. We're going to cook it for about 20 minutes. I'm just having to grab another pan because that's not my biggest pan. We don't know where it is. But that's all right. We'll just spray this one. No, sir, but thank you for asking. I'll just spray that one as well. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll repeat the process. And I could put them all on 1 pan, but I don't want them to boil. I actually want them to fry. And so putting it at the higher temperature is going to help with that. So 1 drum, 1 wing. And remember, all I put on this was some taco seasoning. So this is taco seasoning. I didn't put any salt, any black pepper. Maybe I should have. But I think because it's 1 whole pack of taco seasoning, I think it will be okay. 1 drum, 1 wing, 1 drum, 1 wing, 1 more drum, and we're going to figure out where to put this last drum and wing. I think I'll just put them in the middle here because that's going to be the end of those. And then make sure that when you finish with your chicken, anything that has touched chicken, that you put this in your sink and you sanitize, or you at least put some washing soap and stuff in here because you want to wash that really good. You don't want to contaminate your kitchen. My hand's so heavy with this stuff. I'm trying to do my Weight Watchers now. Lord help. Okay, so we just sprayed a little bit of the extra virgin of the olive oil cooking spray on top of the wings, and we're going to hope that helps us crispy. Oh, there's my pan. Well, look at that. Let me tell you why that pan is in there. Last night, I actually made, we had a frozen pizza in the oven, and since we got home late, I actually just put that on for the kids, but it said for best results to just lay it on the pan, but I didn't want any of the cheese or anything to fall down in the bottom of my oven and mess it up, so I would have to be cleaning out the oven, so that's why that's in the oven. I just set that under there to catch any of the cheese, so I would not be cleaning the oven. Although today is day 1 of the Home Organization Challenge. I belong to a group called Home Organization 101. Tony Hammersley is the person who runs that group, and she has a blog called A Bowl Full of Lemons. And today is day one of week one, which is the kitchen challenge. So I'm going to be going through and cleaning, doing my whole kitchen, taking everything out of the cabinets and reworking some cabinets. The wings just covered in the taco seasoning spray with a little bit of the cooking spray. They're going in the oven 325 degrees, and we're going to put that on for 20 minutes and then come back and check the crispiness, and then we can leave it in there for a few extra minutes if we need to. We may need to turn them over if they're not as crispy as we like, or they're only crispy on one side. So we're going to set our timer for 20 minutes. And we'll 6 minutes later, we're going to check on our wings. The sound is amazing. It smells really good in here. Is the chicken wingettes. I put them in 425 degree oven for 20 minutes. All we did was season these with some taco seasoning and place them on the pan. 20 minutes in the oven, and they already did have a nice crust on them, but they're not as crusty as I would like. So I think I'm going to try to flip them over and then probably let them bake for another 10 minutes, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to pull this out so it's easier for me to flip them this way. So I'm just going to pull these out. They smell really good. And what I'm going to do, and they have a nice crisp on them. So I'm just simply turning them over. And then we're just going to let them cook for maybe about 10 more minutes. And they're going to be nice and crispy. Now, the recipe that I picked was a Weight Watchers recipe, and it just called for like a blue cheese dressing with celery. We don't have celery in the house, and the kids don't like it anyway. So we'll probably just put some chips or something together. Maybe we'll just have wings with nothing on the side. It's just lunchtime. Very, very strong winds here. We didn't get any snow, but we definitely got some wind. And we're still getting rain, and it's supposed to be below freezing tonight, so maybe some ice tomorrow. Not real sure. We do have standing water out in our front yard. But anyway, we're inside. I was thinking about doing a chili for dinner. Haven't decided on that exactly yet. But these are going to go back in the oven for about 10 more minutes. And then we'll see how they look. And that will be a total of 30 minutes total oven time at 425 degrees. I did think about turning the oven down to 400 degrees, but I do want them to be nice and crispy. So back into the oven for another 10 minutes, and we'll 30 minutes, right at 30 minutes since we put our chicken wings in the oven. And now we're just pulling them out. I was really hoping I did not have to clean out my oven, but I think that my chicken has splattered and I am going to have to end up cleaning it, but that's okay too. It's kitchen week. So this is what the chicken wings look like. So remember, Pantry Challenge Day 7 is cook whatever you have in your fridge, your freezer, or your pantry. And I happen to have these. These are the organic chicken wingettes from Food Line. They're still not as, they don't feel fried. Let me say that. They're not fried solid, but they are pretty crispy. We did flip these over after 20 minutes cooking on one side. So we simply seasoned them with a packet of taco seasoning. We didn't use any salt, any black pepper. If you're doing Weight Watchers points, it has these as being 3 points a piece. Now I have to find out if that means for one whole wing, but I think it's 3 points each little piece because it does have skin on. With no skin on, I think the points are a little bit less, but this does have skin on. So I'm going to pull out the rest of these because we are done with the oven. To this, I'm having fried coleslaw, which is just the coleslaw mix that I added into this fry pan. A little bit of spray oil just to cover that bottom half. I added in some garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of salt. I tried it the other night without salt, and I didn't appreciate. It was a little more sweeter than I would like, so I used a little salt to cut the sweet. You could probably make a sauce to go with this. Like I said, the kids do not like blue cheese dressing, so they may have some ranch. I'm kind of thinking I might could find something, make a sauce to go with this, but I haven't thought of that ahead of time. So, anywho, and then the kids are also going to have macaroni and cheese. I'm just going to go to the sink with this pan. Let me close. My oven is off. I'm having, again, the fried coleslaw. And it's so simple. This is a bag. I got a bag of coleslaw. It's just green cabbage, red cabbage, and carrots. And all I'm doing is, instead of eating it cold, I'm eating it warm. And all I did was put a little bit of spray oil in the bottom of the pan. I put a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, and just a little bit of salt. And I'm doing for the kids just macaroni and cheese that we had in the pantry as well. So this is going to be our meal. And I hope you're doing the pantry challenge. Think about it. It's January. It's right after Christmas. We spent probably way more than we should have. Maybe you didn't. I can definitely say we bought way more gifts for people. My mom was here this year. All of my kids were here. And so we tried to make sure that everybody had something. We bought for the aunts, and we got, the kids got their dad something. So we tried to make sure that everybody had something. And then 3 days before Christmas, I ended up having $500 in car repairs that needed to be done. So, it's January. Everybody's just trying to recover from the busy holiday season. Try the pantry challenge. If you really look in your pantry, do you really need to go out and grocery shop? Now, I'm doing Weight Watchers, so I got to have fresh fruit every week that I have to have. My kids have milk every week that we have to have. But do we have to have a lot of the other things? It was Super Doubles this week. I shopped. So I'm not saying don't shop, but I'm saying maybe shop a little less and figure out what you already have that you can use and utilize, and then that may free up some finances for something else. So my chopped salad or my fried coleslaw is done. I'm going to show you what a plate would look like for me, because I'm doing Weight Watchers points. So I would do 3 chickens for 9 points. Sorry, y'all. Let me move some stuff out of my way. 3 pieces of chicken for 9 points. And then I would just do a little bit of the fried coleslaw on the side. No points in the fried coleslaw. So I can have as much of this as I like. And I did not have breakfast this morning, which is not unusual for me. I've been editing YouTube videos all morning and trying to get the house squared away. We're getting ready to start our pantry challenge, our kitchen challenge, and I'm going to do my pantry at the same time. So that is how I would do a plate for me. That is 9 total Weight Watchers points with the chopped salad or the fried coleslaw, and 3, they were oven-baked hot wings. So anyway, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time we cook. Bye.